this is the 1 to 8 phases on how to move to Russia to get temporary residency permit, RVP, in Russia as a foreign citizen based on the Russian values, traditional values idea. What's up, everybody? This is your Ego in Russia, and I'm a foreigner who travels to Russia and films Russia a lot. Let's put it like this. In this video, guys, I'm going to be telling you the exact details, step by step, how to actually apply to the RVP, which means a temporary residency permit in Russia for foreign citizens or stateless persons. So this is a unique video. Please continue watching, subscribe, push like, and comment down below. All right, guys, first of all, what is this all about? Short review. So in this fall, Russian President Vladimir Putin signed a decree allowing foreign citizens and stateless individuals to apply for temporary residency in Russia. And this is unique because this decree actually gives this opportunity without knowing the law, the history, or a Russian language. So that's very important. This new policy is seen as a response to the ongoing tensions, of course, with the Western countries. And these countries that you can apply from, link in the description to the video where I name all the countries, but mainly they are Western countries, so-called unfriendly countries. So this does have, of course, some kind of a parallel to this situation. The decree is aimed at those who share what Russian government describes as traditional Russian spiritual and moral values. That's the key thing to actually getting this RVP, temporary residency permit. For the sake of this video, let's continue just saying RVP, RVP. It offers a refuge for individuals who feel disillusioned with policies of their own countries, particularly those influenced by Western neoliberal ideologies. That's what the officials say. So that's the background. So if you actually feel like this and you want to apply for temporary residency, this is your best option, because going to just trying to get other ways the same temporary residency is harder, and this is actually much faster way, and trust me, this is your best option to get it. And also, if you're planning to live in Russia permanently, if that's your dream, like mine, for example, so in this case, you actually have to, this is the best way to start it off. You know, some people want to move to Russia right away because of their strong beliefs or disapproval of their own country's situation. But me and my colleagues have said, my YouTube colleagues have said that you should actually think about going to Russia first, like as a traveler, getting to know a little bit, the natural way. And then, of course, moving to Russia. And I'm sure you will, because you're just gonna love it. That's just the fact. All right, so I'm collaborating with a partner of mine, a Moscow braiding consulting law firm that I actually done a lot of videos about, like, you know, legal stuff, links in the description. And they have offered me this step-by-step route, what you need to do. But just make sure that it is advised for you to have somebody there by your side. Don't possibly do it all by yourself. And naturally, braiding consultant is your best option, so you can use the link below to actually go. They're gonna help you guide through all these steps. But these are 1 to 8 steps that you must do in order to acquire this RVP. First, number 1, let's go through all of them. Number 1, obtaining visa. 2, obtaining a certificate of no criminal record from your country. Number 3, arrival in Russia and migration registration. In other words, make registration within 7 days. Number 4, start the process of notarized translation of your documents. 5, passing a medical examination. Number 6, filling out forms and collecting a complete set of documents, very important. Number 7, preliminary visit to migration center to check the set of documents and receive reservation coupon for submission of documents. And number 8, submission of the application and documents to the migration center. So that's the eight phase thing you must go through. You must go through in order to get your RVP. But what do they mean? Well, thankfully, from Braden Consulting, I got detailed explanations. What does this mean? So let's go back to number one, obtaining a visa. So this is a one-entry visa that this is like connected to this Putin's decree. So in order for you to get RVP, that is connected, that you're actually able to get a personal visa. I think it's a 30-day stay or 3-month stay. I think it's a 3-month stay. So it's a one-entry visa for foreign citizens from listed countries available. Those foreigners who are in the country don't need this extra visa. If you're already in the country, you don't need this new visa. So you're already in the country. But if you're not and you don't have a visa, this is what you should get, a personal visa. And you can then proceed with other steps. To acquire this personal visa, you must contact local Russian consulate. And for this consulate application, you need a passport, insurance, and filled form that is obtainable from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And I think I might have a list links also below for this one. Insurance noted it has to cover no less than 30,000 euros. Your passport should have 2 empty pages and it should be valid for 6 months after the end of the visa. Of course, so take also 1 photo with you for the visa. And if you're filing this application out inside your home country, you must have a residency, like scanned or scanned version also added to this list of documents. You must have a residency permit of the state of the country you're in applying for this visa, and it should be for no less than 180 days. All right, then number 2, obtaining a certificate of no criminal record from your country. So this is obtainable inside your home country. The certificate is valid in Russian territory only for 90 days when applied. It must be apostilled. I think the word is apostilled, or well, it has to have apostille, and translated to Russian language. Important, many have problems acquiring this, so make sure you get it right. And I think you possibly need a notary version of the translation. This no criminal record document certificate, it is needed for making sure the possible criminal records that can influence the decision. And they want to make sure also that you don't have any pending legal actions in the near future or ever. Number 3, arrival in Russia plus migration registration. So register in 7 days. So that's very important the piece of document in order for you to proceed with this RVP, temporary residency permit. So every foreigner must register in the country within 7 days. Make sure to register in the region where you plan to have your temporary residency in, meaning if you plan to have the temporary residency in Moscow, St. Petersburg, do this registration also inside those cities. Note that the city that is going to be stamped to your temporary residency visa, that's the city you actually can only live and work in during your RVP. With the VNG, the permanent residency permit, you can do whatever, but with the RVP, it is clear that it's only in that region, in that city, that is applied to. All right, moving on to number 4. Start the process of notarized translation of your documents. So you're gonna need to do this with all your documents. That includes passports and all documents translated by notary. For example, I know that some embassies offer this service as well, Russian embassies, but you have to make sure. Other documents as well are important, so like possible marriage certificate if it's done abroad, from not in Russia. All right, moving on to number 5. We're getting there, guys. Passing a medical examination. So all foreigners staying over 90 days or getting a work permit in Russia must get this one, or those who are getting the residency must get a medical examination. So you must go through a medical exam to make sure there's no dangerous issues, and that's especially with the dangerous things like HIV, syphilis, tuberculosis, etc. Also must be proved medically not to be a drug user, which is I think, if you're not, relatively easy to do. Number 6, filling out forms and collecting a complete set of documents, including this includes all the info about your relatives, fingerprints, etc. Everything should be there at once and perfectly included. That's Russian bureaucracy, so no mistakes there. Otherwise, it might be you might have a problematic, have issues with your application. And I would recommend you to get help with not with all the phases, but especially this one. So that's why Braden Consulting, a law firm, comes in. We have a special deal for you. They deal with a lot of immigrants and travelers to Russia, visas, work permits, all kinds of issues. And they have a link. I have a link in the description that you can use in order to contact and get a discount from them. And first consultation is free if you need like get the feel of the cooperation. This number 6 phase also includes it's a 1,920 ruble payment. It's a fee, and you must have a receipt for it. I'm not sure which, from which organization, but anyway, and that's like 20 bucks. All right, number 7, preliminary visit to the migration center to check the set of documents and receive reservation coupon for submission of documents. So mainly this is in the big cities where there's a lot more people. That's where they check the info and make sure all the documents are correct, because this will delay the process in a big way. If there's so many people applying, they reserve the next phase. They reserve the time with the necessary people which take your application in, and if there's problems with your documents or something is missing, you're gonna start all over again, right? And also that time slot has been wasted, so that's why they have this one. Make sure, so yes, documents, and this is cost-free. Then they let you, after this, they let you book the time for the next phase. They check the necessary details, but anyways, Braden Consulting does this for you and with you, so that's why it's good. Then number 8, submission, and the last part, submission of the application and documents to the migration center. So you must be there on time. When you get the time, and Braden Consulting, I think they help you with everything. Once you have the time slot, you must be there on time. You should come earlier, 30 minutes, 1 hour. Big cities, they might have unexpected traffic jams or whatever, so make sure you come in time. And I've never been there, but I know from others, and I've seen, and I can imagine because I understand Russia. It's gonna get wild. There's usually the surrounding is wild. There's so many people and stuff but anyways, you don't come there for a so-called live line. You're gonna get yourself a time slot. So you come there, you come early. And first you got checked that you have all the necessary documents before that time. Then you are photographed and your fingerprints are taken, etc. And then you meet the inspector who actually takes in your application and all the documents, which were checked before, so there's no mistakes and nothing is missing. You fill the application on spot, and you get important document that they have received your application. This document, receipt, basically is important. Don't lose it, because in case your this personal visa or whatever visa you have is actually running out, this document is important for you to actually be in the country or take the next steps. So make sure to do that. Anyways, guys, this is the 1 to 8 phases on how to move to Russia to get the temporary residency permit (RVP) in Russia as a foreign citizen, based on the Russian values, traditional values idea. Guys, use the link in the description to contact Braden Consulting and get free consultation and advance with them in order to get your temporary residency permit with a discounted price. It's going to be worth it, because in Russia bureaucracy is really hard, and it's very, very important for you to get it right at once. Otherwise, you're gonna get frustrated, trust me. So please use that, take that into account. I'm Igor in Russia. I'm a foreigner traveling to Russia and also planning my temporary residency, because basically I feel like I live in Russia, but unfortunately I don't. And it's quite an effort for me to travel to Russia. If you plan to travel to Russia because of this RVP or just as a tourist, please check out my videos about how to make your experience the best. I have the best videos about what to do and how to travel to Russia and what to do in Russia. And of course, I have thousands of videos all across Russia filming the beautiful places and giving you tips and guides. See you guys in the next video. This is Igor, and see you in Russia.